Well, 2020 hits. November 6th. King Von is in Atlanta, and you're actually with him. Leading up to that night, when you looked at the whole, if you look at the whole situation, was there a beef with Quando Rondo leading up to this, or did you not even know anything about this?
I ain't know nothing. I ain't finna talk about this either, though. I ain't talking about November 6th.
You don't want to talk about it? Okay, fair enough. Without talking about the situation when you found out that Von died that night, how did you feel?
I didn't know he was dead.
Okay.
I didn't know he was shot. I just knew Slutty. I knew Slutty was shot.
Slutty got killed?
Yeah, I knew Slutty was killed.
Track, your manager?
I ain't know nothing was shot. I ain't know nothing about nobody.
You just heard that Slutty got killed?
I just seen Slutty.
And that was your close friend?
Yeah, that was Troy brother. You know, me and Troy that was Troy brother. That's big bro.
I get on my knees. Y'all go surround me. Just give one cup, so just one finger. Hold on. These, the finger right there. Alright, Von good?
Yeah.
112 good? He good? Or he did? He did? He straight?
Yeah.
Everybody straight?
So far, yeah.
Are you with him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm an artist. My girl straight?
Yes, everybody else is good. You need me to tie your shoes?
Yeah, so I want okay.
I mean, where it started from? You don't know where it started
I don't know, I was in the parking lot smoking weed with my girl. I just called myself dipping off. So motherfucker gonna hit my blunt. I'm kind of glad I walked off though. I was standing right where a lot of people, like my homie, I kind of know he did. So I seen him.
You saw him?
Yeah, it ain't look right. That's why I'm in jail. Cause I bugged up. I'm trying to still talk to him while I see that he's still trying to breathe. So they trying to say I obstruct, but they makes me.
Yo, what it is, people, we is back. Another day on Keep It G News. And before you get in this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. But today we gotta have a real conversation, man. And before we get into this conversation, I wanna say salute the boss.
Assalamu alaikum, my kid. Man, real quick, what's your name? Where you from?
Known as Boss Top from Oblock.
Alhamdulillah. I just want to ask you this quick question. You know what I'm saying? You have been a brother that was able to remove yourself from an environment of violence, gang, drugs, and you done lost a lot of friends to jail and death. Like, how has your transition been coming to Atlanta? And you know, like, what advice do you have for individuals that's in this situation? And how has Islam played a role in all this?
Number one is you have to keep Allah first.
For sure.
You gotta keep faith first. It wasn't an easy transition in between the streets of what you've known your whole life, in between the right path of something you're studying on it, and you know what I'm saying? So it ain't always gonna be easy trying to go and really live this type of life.
Right.
Because you only know one thing. Sometimes you have questions that need to be answered. But if you get into the deen, you get into the Quran and all that, you'll start really seeing things clear and understanding. You know, my transition wasn't easy, but it was the best thing that I needed for me. It's what I needed for my family, my kids. Me doing that was able to keep me out the way from dying, going to jail. I done been through it all, hell and hot water. I ain't been to hell.
I see, you catch that,
get what I'm going.
For sure.
I feel like, like I say, people just, keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. Don't worry about what your homies, what the streets, what the females, don't worry about what nobody gonna think about you. You gotta think about you and think about what Allah hates. You gotta hate what Allah hates.
SubhanAllah.
Don't like what they like.
Right.
You hate what Allah hates.
For sure.
If Allah don't like it, you gotta hate it. So that's really where I'm at with it. Like, the things I know he disliked, I'm starting to hate it. Keep Allah first, man, and just keep going, keep striving. Ain't nothing easy. Faith go up and down. You gotta stay strong.
For sure.
You gotta stay strong.
Man, we appreciate that, Aki. Man, may Allah reward you. Just like Allah Khair. Yeah, so.
Now, Boss Top changing his life and giving his life to God and moving on from gangbanging can be an indication of saying, if I can do it, you can do it. Because it can be done. But in this video, I want to add a little bit more credence or give a little bit more insight as to how to obtain that goal. You know, how to move on from the streets, because it ain't easy. But before we dig too far deep into that, because like I said, we got some things to discuss and there's several layers to this conversation. For the people that's new to who Boss Top is and why this is a big deal for Chicago and Chicago culture and the drill rap culture, because Boss Top was once a drill rapper in Chicago that talked about murder, death, sliding, drilling, and very close to King Von, and basically represented everything that King Von represented.
Now playing me, don't come on here play. I don't even be playing like that. All that dissing or saying something.
Nigga, fuck T-Roy and OD, them dead bitches. You heard about J Money?
All I know, don't say that shit about Troy or rest in peace. Duh.
Ain't no more FB. You swear.
My boys old bloggers off them, y'all turned up like flockers. Train to kill, got 12-year-old that bustin' choppers. We in the field, got freshmen toting 30 poppers. Broad days with the 50, hang out the window, get busy. Pop out the car, stand over ops, everybody get busy.
Now, the reason why I say this conversation is multi-layered is because it is. First and foremost, y'all, you change your mind, you change your life. That's rule, that's law, because that's real. And a lot of times what comes along with changing your mind, or what can help change your mind, is changing the environment, changing the people, places, and things that you're used to. Now, that ain't easy. Now, for Boss Top, he was able to move on from Chicago, go to Atlanta. And I always tell you on this channel, I promote that. If you're involved in the streets and you have the opportunity to get out by means of, or by way of getting out of your home city and moving to another state, then I suggest you do that. But we also got to remember that that's not an easy task to do. For one, most people don't have the money to just get up and go. Most people don't have the relationships or the outside resources or family that they can just get up, pack up, and go to another state. Because it's not really that simple. But that is a way that you can change your mind. You can change your life. You can change by changing the surroundings. Like, that is very important. And I think that played a major role in Boss Top and why he decided to, become more involved in religion and change his aspect towards life and looking at the streets differently. Now, I don't never think Boss Top would say fuck the streets, just like I would never say it, because the streets made you who we are today. Probably him and me. But I gotta admit, a lot of us at a young age got sucked into the allure of the streets. Rather, it was just environmental, or if it was just what you thought was the perks that come along with the streets. The girls, the lifestyle, the money. It's a number of ways to get sucked into this street life. And once you're in it, it's hard to get out. That's why I always salute the guys that were able to make it out. But that don't mean you start telling. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in that on no level. I don't believe that is a street mentality at all. I think it's more about what you stand on, what you believe, your integrity, your morals and principles. I believe that people get in trouble for what they do on their own time. I don't believe in helping out the police. I'm against that. Been against it. I grew up against it. And I don't think that once you separate yourself from the streets, then you got to all of a sudden start accepting rats. No, I don't think that's the case. But salute the Boss Top, because y'all saying who Boss Top was and what he meant to Chicago drill culture, and hopefully what he still means to Chicago drill culture. Hopefully Boss Top changing his life can be an indication that other kids coming from that environment, especially in the Chicago area, can do it too. But like I said, it's not as simple as just waking up one day and saying y'all want to be different. Because if you still stuck in that environment, it almost keeps you stuck in that mentality, because you can change your life, but everybody around you still on the same shit. And if you was one of the people that was involved in the streets to the extent that Boss Top was involved in the streets, and some of us was involved in the streets, that you might still have problems that just because you moved on, them other people ain't let it go. Them other people ain't move on. So it's a multi-layered conversation. It's not easier. I know it's easier said than done. But if you can do it, if you have the opportunity to get out, or if you can get deep into your religion and that can provide you a way out, then I support that. I think that's what you need to do, because it's a dead-end road. It's only two ways normally out the streets, and that's either jail or death. And very few of us experience that level of violence or experience the depths of the streets and be able to get out of it without being like a Gucci Mane or Terrence Williams. You understand what I'm saying? Because I believe once you go that route, you can never claim civilian. I think once you go the route, once you've been in the streets for a certain amount of years and you've done damn near everything that you can do street-wise, I don't think that once you rat, you should ever be considered a civilian. Not if you rat at first. You understand what I'm saying? I think at that rate, that's just what you is. You just a rat. I think civilian terms, when it comes down to street guys, are reserved for the guys that stayed and played within the lines of the streets, didn't tell on nobody, but recognized as they grew older and got more mature, or this life that I believed in was really a facade. And I'm never going to say streets is a myth. But a lot of us got sucked into the allure of the streets, whether it's through rap music or through the environments that we was a part of. And it took us years and heartache and pain and death of family members and friends for us to realize that, yo, this is not the route. This is not the route I want for my kids. This is not the route I want for my family. And this is not the route I want for me. And I think that's where Boss Top is at right now. So salute the Boss Top. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out.